You're watching Hurley Films.
Yes, Jesus loves me. Right there. Yes, Jesus loves me.
Okay guys, so I have been putting this vacuum to the test for we're almost to 2 weeks now, but I want to endeavor to always give you guys my honest opinion, and I've told that to every company that's ever sent anything to us. They send us pool stuff because our pool videos have done so well. I don't ever want to just recommend something or say something's good just because somebody sent something to me. So right now, I left some pool toys in here just to see what it would do. And so far, it's just pushed them out of the way and continued on with its cleaning cycle around the rim right now. It's pretty incredible how well it's done. And so far, it's pretty cool because let me show you where it started. And you can see the difference between where it's been and where it started at. There it goes, scrubbing the side and back into the abyss. But over here, you can see very clearly where the vacuum started and where it's been. So the vacuum went in right here and it has gone around the rim of the pool all the way over to there so far. But it's going about 3 feet in and it's doing the edge, and then it will start its cycle in the center of the pool. But right now, like, you can see the difference between where it's not been and where it has been. Let me just move that. Clear dividing line between the two. If you can't tell where the vacuum has been and where it has, then you're not seeing very clearly. And you can see it's getting around all the pool toys I left in there as landmines. It is handling the stress test pretty dang well. The above ground pool. It's pretty crazy. I left it quite dirty. It is working exceptionally well. A lot of the junk is here in the middle, so see if the proof is in the pudding. So Josie and I sat out and watched the vacuum for a while just to see what would happen. And like I said, this first time we left a bunch of pool mines out there. We left a bunch of toys in it, and this was one of my favorite moments where it got entangled up with some goggles, and you see what happens. Kind of spins around, freaks out for a second, but it eventually gets off of them, and then it picks right back up where it left off, continues going. This was probably one of the most impressive things that I saw the vacuum do the entire time. The next morning, the vacuum's dead right here, so it died overnight. Even there's some stuff that's settled again, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the vacuum out, check the trap, make sure there's nothing like stuck in it or anything like that. We'll charge it back up and let it run again. So when I picked the vacuum up out of the pool and got it onto the edge to let some of that water drain out, it did like backwash a bunch of dirt and particles back into the water, which is not what you want to see. But I guess that's just part of it. I don't know. So let's see what's inside. Wow. Okay. So we do got a lot of dirt. Check out the filter. The filter's got quite a bit of particles in it too. Yummy. It even sucked up a whole pool toy. Look at that. So the vacuum did work. It did clean the pool. It didn't clean the pool totally. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna charge it, clean all the filters out, and then put it back in the pool for another run. And we'll see exactly what happens to it after it has a second go. Let's see if it'll get the pool spotless. Because if it doesn't get the pool spotless, I would be upset at the amount of money invested in this product for it not to be spotless. So, good morning, Aiper. Okay. What's your name, little girl? Do you have curly hair? What's your favorite thing?
Chocolate nuts.
Chocolate? Do you like vegetables?
No.
Do you like fruit?
No.
You like popsicles?
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
So this red pulsing means it's charging. When it's blue, it's good to go. And we'll throw it back in the pool and see what happens. Okay, it's been a few hours. It's fully charged. We got a blue solid light. So let's get it unplugged and back over to the pool and let's let it do its thing again and see what happens. I really want this thing to work well. I really do. It would be awesome. We're gonna start right here by this front window. You can see the pool. It's nice and clean. There's still dirt on the ground. I don't know if you can really see it in the camera, especially on that side over there. And I am going to set it to just the floor mode. So it is specifically only going to get the floor, and that is it. Let's throw it in the water and see what happens, I guess. And it looks like it is vacuuming. So we will give it its time and let it run its cycle, and then we'll come back and check the floor out, see what it looks like. This is not the cheapest option for vacuuming your pool, starting off right off the bat. This is definitely something that I would say improves your life significantly. I have tried a lot of other pool vacuums, cheaper ones that you can get on Amazon. And let's just say all of them were primed right back where they came from because none of them cleaned the pool well. And I think it's just a unique situation given that we have an above ground pool that's set on actual ground, not on concrete. There's just a lot of different variations on the floor. And I was very nervous about this vacuum, if it would actually even work at all. Aiper sent me their Scuba S1 Pro. It is battery powered. It just charges up. It's got 4 different modes There's an app on your phone. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm pleasantly surprised to report to you that this thing works very, very well. This is definitely a way to go. I know that this works. I know that this works. No more wasting out water, no more standing on top of the pool, especially if you have above ground pool, either holding the stick above your head, getting it clean, or vacuuming it from a platform or from the ladder. No more of that. It's put it in, hit the button, let it go, pull it out, clean the filter. And it works. It actually works. And we have a bumpy floor in our pool. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of tech specs because honestly, I don't think you really care. And to be honest, I don't really care. I just want to know, does it clean my pool? 4 things that is really cool about this. It has different modes. I've tested all 4 of these modes. The first one's called waterline mode. This means that it basically goes around the top edge of your pool and scrubs either the vinyl or the tile or whatever the waterline area of your pool is made of. The second mode is something that's called floor mode. It's pretty self-explanatory. Scrubs the bottom of the floor of your pool. Third mode is something called auto mode. This is the one that I've used probably the most out of all of them. Auto mode will clean the walls and the water line and the floor, and it takes up 1 charge to do the entire job. The last mode is one that I want to tell you about because it's the one that we tested this past week, and I think it is super cool. The last mode is called eco mode, and it's cool because it cleans the entire bottom of the floor, and it does that for 45 minutes every 48 hours for 1 week. And we went on vacation for a week, and I put it on eco mode just because I wanted to see what would happen. Threw it in the pool, we came back, and the pool looked like somebody had been here sweeping it all week. It was crystal clear clean. It really actually did work. So you've heard the good. What about the cons? What about the negative stuff? Well, there are a couple things, but I don't think that they're actually deal breakers, should I say. First con, and admittedly, I went into this test full bore. No holds barred. I went full bore. Got the battery just charged enough just because I wanted to see could it complete a cycle on a not completely charged battery, which it did. But I also laid little landmines all over the place. Things like this. Things like these. Things like this. Things like this and this and flippers and the king of them all, little tiny flat fishes. I wanted to see, you know, can this handle what sometimes I can't handle, which is my children. Needless to say, the vacuum failed the toy test. It did better than I thought. For the most part, the larger objects, it would simply just push out of the way. The vacuum's also got sensors on it, so sometimes the larger objects, it would just detect them and either go around them or figure out a solution. But the smaller things, like torpedoes, those little flat fish that I showed you, pool rings, goggles, things like that, they did get sucked up into the vacuum and it caused issues. So much so that the battery just died and I had to pull it out, pull the stuff out and restart the process. I think I would kind of expect that of almost any vacuum, no matter how much the cost. But it did get around some of the pool toys, so that was surprising. The second con that I see with this vacuum, and I think it's actually kind of a universal problem, and I'll explain, is whenever you pull the vacuum out of the water, once it's done vacuuming, it always seems to dump a lot of particulate back into the water as the water's running out of the vacuum. Now, this was frustrating, but then I actually talked to my other friends that have vacuums, even my dad, Pop, who has taken care of my grandma's pool for years. They have similar pool vacuums to this one, and what happens is the same thing with all the other vacuums. And I don't know if it's just the way the particulate settles. I don't know what it is, but it seems kind of strange that when I pull the vacuum that's just cleaned the water out of the water, and it dumps a lot of it back in. That being said, it sounds like this is a problem that a lot of pool vacuums have, and maybe that's just the way it is because of the small micron filters just kind of naturally rinse some of the dirt out of them as they're being pulled out of the water. Other than that, it's a really awesome vacuum. And I'm not just saying that. The last thing I'll touch on is the app. Yes, the vacuum comes with an app. I downloaded it, I used it. For me, it was just way easier to just hit the button on top of the vacuum. The app's cool. It's connected to it. You can see its status. You can see the battery level. You can see the pathways. You can see all the things that are cool inside the app. But for someone with a above ground pool, just wanted to vacuum it. And the button's the easiest way. Would I, if it weren't sent to me, would I buy it? I think my answer would be, honestly, this model, probably not at first. I would probably use the same company, Aiper, because they have other models that have these same kind of features. I'm thinking tracks, I'm thinking brushes that are on the front, all of these things. I would probably start out with one of the other ones. I would try them, see if they work. If they didn't work, if I had to get to this level, for how convenient this has been, for the time that it has saved me, for the enjoyability of the pool that I've gotten out of this vacuum being in it, I would have probably gotten to that same point and probably would have bought it. Especially knowing that I haven't gotten anything significant for my pool in over 5 years now. So this pool is more than paid for it itself, so I think it's time for me to get a little treat. So I would have probably done it. On the whole, my enjoyability, like I said, my enjoyability of this pool has been raised. The fact that I can get into it without having to clean it, the fact that I can get into it without having to mess with something, all of those things add to the overall enjoyment of this pool. And the vacuum, the S1 Scuba Pro, has been a major contributing factor to the raising of the enjoyment that I have in that pool. And I've also learned over time that you get what you pay for. That's a lesson I've learned so many times. In summary, does the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro, will it clean your pool? I think so. We don't get anything, there's not an affiliate link. This is just me simply reviewing a product that was sent to me. So if this is something that you think you might want, at least tell them that we sent you. So thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you Aiper for sending this pool vacuum out to us. It really has, like I said, upped the level of enjoyment that we have on this pool. It's actually on one of its 45-minute cycles right now. Leave a comment down below. Let us know how you and your family's doing. We love you. Jesus loves you, and we will see you guys on the next video. Go, little Aiper, go! Clean your little heart out.